Welcome. I'm really excited because we had an amazing event in Kansas City this past Saturday with the great Brandon Boyd, and it was a huge success. It was a full house, and for what I got, everybody received a lot of value. Let me know in the chat if you guys received value, if you guys like that, because I know there's people here from Kansas City and there's people here from other states and other cities as well. But those of you who were able to be there, have communicated to me that the value they guys received was really, really great. So, my name, Ricardo Lucien, like I was telling you guys, and I am somebody who my story goes like this. I had a regular job back in 2020, and then pandemic hit. I know there's a lot of us who went through a lot of struggles and a lot of tough times when the pandemic got started. So that's me 4.5 years ago. That's when I was forced myself pretty much to look for other ways to make money. And that's when I started doing online entrepreneurship. That's when I started finding out about the financial markets and how to utilize them in order to make money. And that's something that I was not familiar with. If you are like me back then, right now, you will probably don't have any like you don't have much idea of what I'm talking about, right? And the first time I was exposed to graphs and things like that, I was not in my environment, okay? That was not my thing. But however, 4.5 years ago, I'm proud to say that I don't need a job or a bus or anything that ties me to any place. I have complete freedom to move around, travel the world, and do the things that I like, thanks to financial markets, or which eventually led me to know a little bit more about AI, artificial intelligence, and that's something that has completely changed my life and has also led me to follow and get with the right mentors, the right people, the right environment, and also learn a great deal about how to utilize AI to monetize, how to utilize AI to create passive income, how to utilize AI to create active income as well, and to use it on my daily basis, right? How many of you guys, by the way, utilize AI to some point? I want to know where you guys are at. Let me open the chat and see how many of you guys utilize AI. We have plenty of people in this over here. So I see me, yes sir. I see a raised hand. So okay. I think, and I'm gonna let you guys respond. Is anybody here who doesn't utilize AI at all? Anybody here who doesn't utilize AI at all? Let me see in the chat if there's somebody who doesn't use AI, because we're gonna get into it. This is very interesting. And I'm gonna tell you, it seems like nobody. All right, good. We all utilize AI. We're using AI right now. Okay? We're using AI right now. We've all been using AI, and one of the great things, and this is one of the things that I like people to know, is that AI is no different than when the internet came up a few years ago, or a lot of years ago, right? We had people who were scared of it, people who thought they were going to take over the world, and we were pretty much going to disappear from this earth and this planet. And that's not the case. AI is here for us to take advantage of it, right? People in humankind adapt and adjust to these circumstances. What we do is we adjust to the new technologies that we are creating ourselves, and then we evolve as a society. So I'm here to show you guys tonight how we can utilize that to make money. All right, how we can utilize AI more. I see in the chat people saying I don't use it enough. Absolutely. We can use it enough, we can use it better, we can use it more, and we can make the most out of it. Okay, we can make the most out of it. A lot of people, I want to see in the chat who would like to make money with AI, who would like to know how to make money, how to create wealth with AI. The event that we had in Kansas City last weekend we were talking about wealth creation with AI. What we're doing right now is taking it online so that we can also have the opportunity for us to connect through here and grow in that aspect. I'm reading you guys in the chat 100%. Me. Absolutely. Yeah. Me too. And I've been doing it for the past few years. Now, the person that we're going to have tonight, he's about to jump on the call. Is somebody who I've admired for a long time because he has created a lot of things when it comes to AI. And it's somebody that when I started going into entrepreneurship and all this world that was everything was new to me and I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea what was going on with my life. I just knew that I had just found an opportunity to make money online. This is somebody who mentored me. This is somebody who became like a source of inspiration for me because Oscar, he's from Costa Rica, right? He became somebody who I started seeing and looking at him, how he was making money and building and teaching other people and developing even programs and situations that we could utilize AI for more of a purpose that we were used to, right? So having that person as a mentor, having that person, a young millionaire based in Costa Rica, great human being, quality of a person who I asked politely to please give us a few minutes of his time tonight to share all his knowledge with us and to explain to us also what's going on in the world with AI. He's gonna be here speaking. He's actually right here right now. He's gonna be sharing a lot of that knowledge with us. So my recommendation is to grab pen and paper. I always have when he speaks, I have my notebook over here so I can take notes. So without further ado, I want to welcome my friend, my mentor, great speaker and human being, Oscar Monge, my bro. If you're here, the room is yours. And welcome to the call, and can't wait to take notes from everything. So if you guys can drop a number 7 of gratefulness in the chat for Oscar Monge, then that would be highly appreciated. Let's welcome him like he deserves.
All right, perfect. Hello, everyone. Good night. Nice to meet you all. If you're new in this call, I first want to give you a warm welcome and thanks, Ricardo, for literally putting this call together. Right. My name is Oscar. I'm not going to be talking about myself a lot during this call because we have a topic for this call, right? But basically, I started in the digital business space around 8 years ago. I'm an industrial engineer. During a lot of years, I started seeing these new trends. For example, the world of blockchain, the world of generative AI, which we're going to be talking right now about the fintech industry, and all these concepts that probably you've heard before, but you're not into a lot right now. And it's interesting because as a trend, we've seen how this is getting bigger and bigger over again, right? Over and over again. And something that we didn't talk about a lot probably 5 years ago or 3 years ago, right? With artificial intelligence. Some of us use it, but not a lot. But in time that, for example, OpenAI and ChatGPT opens the doors to the public to try these generative models, it's when we realize that the AI era it's already here, right? Like we are already living in this AI based world, and you're gonna be able to see how the trend comes and how the trend evolves into a lot of things, right? So I would like to share some data and some interesting facts about AI, right? I'm gonna be sharing screen real quick in a few minutes, but something that I realized is that there's two kinds of people, right? It's the people that see this as a threat that they see with certain, I don't know, let's see it, threat with certain fear as well. And there's other people that see this as an opportunity. And I'm talking right now about the ages that are that are living that we are living right now, and the ages that we're about to live as well, right? The ages that are about to come. Because, for example, imagine someone 30 years ago, 40 years ago, which we barely had internet, we barely had email service, the beepers or just the cell phones were the first cell phones. They couldn't even realize the amount of advancement, technological advancement that we're living today, right? So, something really interesting for me is, for example, I don't know if you ever seen this picture. I'm trying to find it right now so I can share it with you. Um, of these people that work on finance 100 years ago, right? Let me just see if I can share it. Just just a second. Yeah, there's this picture. It's all right. Let me see if I can share. Okay, I can share this one. This is, for example, a calculator. I'm about to share a screen so you can just tell me if I'm sharing. All right. For example, this is a calculator of of probably, I don't know, years and years ago, right? Like probably 80, 90 years ago. And we see this and imagine how we use, for example, Excel now, right? So this is how they used to make like complex mathematics, right? There is a picture, like for me, it's really fun because it's like an accountant group on 1920 or 1910s, and it's a big room of people, right? It's probably like 50 people doing as an accountant. And how did these people face the revolution of, for example, calculators, right? Or Excel. Something really interesting that you have to notice here is that the same thing is going to happen with artificial intelligence. Maybe these people saw a calculator as a threat, but what happened is that when these tools arrived to our daily basis, we were able to make more work, right? We were able to be more efficient on a smaller time space, right? So something really important here is like, do you see this as an opportunity or as a threat? And I want to share some data as well here, that I have about AI that I see really important for us to understand in which stage we are living right now of this era, right? So there's going to be a lot of jobs that are going to be replaced, but there's going to be a lot of jobs that are going to be made as well, right? But something important here is that every industry, for example, every single industry is gonna see some changes. For example, by 2030, 14% of employees will have been forced to change their career because of AI. Why? Because it's gonna be taking over some jobs that are highly specialized right now, and that we don't understand how are we gonna get replaced by other by other machine or by other agent, right? But that means that we need to adapt to a different environment, to a different situation, and develop new skills, right? This might be a negative news for a huge amount of people, but it's going to be like a wake up call for another kind of people, right? Um, a lot of the news are like job cuts, right? But no one is really talking about how many new businesses and how many new ideas, right? How many new entrepreneurs AI will get, right? So something that we're gonna be sharing here is that literally you can take over the world with AI, right? In different areas, but how this works on the financial world and how you can take advantage of software that it's been already built and that you will get literally access for hundreds of dollars, that can literally make and open the door for you to another dimension of opportunities, right? So something that I understood is when you start in the journey of the entrepreneur, there's gonna be a lot of factors going around that you cannot control, right? This is one of them, right? You cannot control how slow or how fast is the technological revolution coming, but you can develop new skills and you can um, create independence because in the end, I think that there's gonna be a path of, all right, just one income for everyone, universal income. And then there's going to be the path of you can create your own income, right? So there's going to be the people that depend on an just one string of income. There's going to be the people who create their own strings of income. Uh, so even though AI takes over a lot of jobs, they're not one of those because they took this information and they were able to create their own businesses, right? So we have to understand this kind of technology and these kind of tools as, yes, as a two sword, like a sword of two faces, right? So it's a weapon that can be either used for protection, can be used to conquer, and can be a weapon or a threat for a lot of people. So basically, I you have to understand right now that every single day that passes, we have approximately, I don't know, like 30 to 100 new activities going on in the world, new in achievements or inventions in the AI world, because day by day we discover and we implement actually new functions in the world. So something that I really enjoy about this business is that you get to connect with a lot of people. You get to connect with um, different locations, different perspectives, people with different points of view, of course, but people with different kind of businesses as well. So what you're going to see today is not only an opportunity to understand how to use some software into the financial markets and into the financial world that uses AI and that will start revolutionizing the way that we are making money on the stock market or in the cryptocurrency market as well. But also you get the opportunity to connect with like-minded individuals, people who handle this kind of information that I'm just showing you, and that start seeing the trends before they become a trend, right? This is really important. Um, a lot of people are talking about this right now, but how would you feel if you could have invested in Nvidia, for example, in this company, right? This multi-billionaire company, Nvidia, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, right? That would have been an amazing opportunity. But who was talking about that? Who who was that kind of people in where those conversations were going on, right? Those conversations were not in my table, for example, were not in the people that were surrounding me, but I changed my environment and I started surrounding with people who had this kind of information, talking about the Teslas and the Amazons of the future, talking about which kind of investments you can do, not only in your portfolio or as I was talking to you before, in the trading area or in the cryptocurrency area as well. So this is really powerful what we have here, what you're gonna see from Ricardo. Basically, when I started this, I had no experience, no knowledge. I went to the university, but I didn't learn a lot about financial markets, artificial intelligence, or all these topics. But I understood something is that we had a tool here who could help anyone, no matter what was your profession, no matter what was your skill set or experience in other jobs, you could be a part of this, right? So this is a little bit about the story that I wanted to share with you, a little bit of my story, my experience, and what's about to come and the new trends, right? Right now, I would like to pass it up to Mr. Ricardo again, and he will be explaining you a little bit about how we could monetize this kind of information, right? And how if we monetize this information, this AI era that it's about to come is not going to be a threat. But it might be a really big opportunity, right? So welcome back, Ricardo, and thanks for the space.
Thank you so much, Oscar. That was amazing, amazing information, and it's really nice to understand that AI can be a tool that, just like Oscar was saying, right? At first, very few people have access to things in general. Okay, then people have a window of time where they can access X opportunities, and then eventually it becomes something that the people who decided to take on the opportunity, the people who saw the option of integrated to their own lives, are going to be the people who are winning in the future. Just like the big companies right now, just like the big internet providers, just like everything in life now, AI is something that the people who take on and people who start taking advantage of are going to be benefited by in the near future. World keeps moving, evolving, and now what I'm about to show you is how we can apply AI, because we can apply AI to a lot of things. And I want you guys to say thank you in the chat to Mr. Oscar Monge, because this is somebody who's developed softwares, has developed technology to produce AI, to produce things that in my case, when I first heard about all of that, I had no idea about it, right? I had no idea how to use it. I had no idea it existed even. So to have some individuals like that around myself, just like he was saying, we get to connect with like-minded individuals, and we get to connect with people who teaches us the importance of new technologies and new opportunities in different markets. So I appreciate you, Oscar. Thank you for sharing everything. Thank you for passing it on to me. And what I'm going to show you guys is how we can apply AI to financial markets through different platforms. Now, let me know, please, in the chat where if you can see my screen. It should be a black and yellow screen right here. Please let me know, chat, if you can see it. Okay, perfect. Thank you, Susan. Appreciate it. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I see you guys being grateful for Oscar. Now, what I'm going to show you is not to overwhelm you. It's not for you to understand the markets. It's just for you to understand that there are tools that make everything in the financial markets more simple. It simplifies the way that we can make money with our own money without having to give it to somebody else. I don't know about you guys. If you want to drop a number one in the chat, if you don't like giving your money to other people. I do not like it. Therefore, I'm going to put my one in the chat because I don't like other people managing, touching, controlling my money. I like to have full control of my money. But guess what? Before AI and before platforms like the one you guys are seeing right now, there were no access and options for us to have control of our money. Now, what I'm showing you is when we have, any type of money that we want to invest, we have apps in our phones. Everybody knows that you can download an app and start investing. However, it's not safe if you don't have the knowledge. AI is here to stay. AI came here to revolutionize a lot about these type of investments, these type of markets as well. So what I'm showing you over here is the following. We have something, okay, I'm gonna try to make this as simple as I can, all right? What you guys are seeing here is a price graph, all right? This is X asset that we have in the market. Market fluctuates, so this is the price of a currency. In this case, what we're looking at is gold. All right, I think we all know gold is an asset that is going up in price. Why? Because it acquires value as time passes by. So if I wanted to invest in gold, I would like to know, a person would love to know when to buy, when to sell, when it's going to go up, when it's going to go down, and so on. So I don't need to understand these graphs in order to go to my app where I invest, which any of you can have your own thing. Actually, let me know with a yes or a no if you already have any app to invest, whether it is in stocks, cryptocurrency, foreign exchange. If you have any of that in your phone, let me know in the chat. I want to see where you guys are at. I see no and I see yes. All right. So just for you guys to know, anybody can download an app, anybody can have their own app and put any amount of money that you want. Okay, so I see a lot of yeses, I see some no's as well. So the app that you have is like your bank account. You deposit, you withdraw whenever you want, right? A lot of people deposit a lot of money, and it's like instead of the button of deposit saying deposit, it's like the button would say donate, right? Because a lot of people are just throwing money in there, losing money, and then putting more money, more money, more money. So it's just like donating money to the broker. Why? Because we don't have the information, and the market is very unpredictable if you're not educated about it. So we don't want to donate money to the broker. We want to take advantage of the opportunities that the market gives us. The problem that AI solves is that the not knowing part. Now, if you guys have any app, you guys know that in order to enter the market, you need a price where you're gonna either buy or sell, okay? You need a risk that you're gonna assume, and you need a target where you're gonna take your profits out of the market, all right? So please let me know, put a number 3 in the chat if that makes sense. We need 3 things. We need the entry price, we need the risk that we're gonna assume, and we need the take profit where we're gonna get our profits, okay? And the reason why I ask you for feedback in the chat with the number 3 is because I wanted to make sense for you guys. I wanted to make it as simple as possible because I know that the first time that I saw this information, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I had no idea what this was. I had no idea about anything. And by the way, 4.5 years ago, AI was not what it is today. Right now, it's very, very simple. All right. So I see number 3's in the chat. I think we're okay. Now, what I'm seeing over here is what I'm going to put in my app. Okay. If I have a trading app, an investment app, financial markets app, I do need those 3 numbers. So what you see over here in the blue, and I'm going to draw a little bit, I'm going to draw this line pointing to that that number on the right hand side, the blue number 2735. That's gonna be where I'm gonna buy gold. That's the price that I want to get into it. All right, that is the price that I want to get into it. The prediction and the forecast by AI is the goal. All right, idea goal here. The AI technology is predicting that the price is gonna go up to 2740. So the price of gold is gonna increase for $5, right? Does that make sense? I think it makes sense so far. Now, if the price goes the other way, I need to make sure that I'm assuming a risk that it's not gonna be losing all my money. And that's why we see down here in validation level, which is the number, the red number that we can see over here, 2730. So all I need is those 3 numbers in my app so that I can activate a trade or an idea so that I know that I'm protected with the safe risk, and I know I'm gonna cash out money when it hits the target, when it hits the goal. Does that make sense so far? And if you guys have any questions, please let me know in the chat. Let me know yes if it makes sense. Let me know no if it doesn't make sense. But if it doesn't make sense, let me know what questions do you have. To me, when I understood this, I thought it was pretty simple. All right. In my case, I didn't know anything about financial markets, but I knew that if I had an app that I could invest my money in, and I had 3 numbers that I could copy, hit the hit level, for example, copy that number, 2735, paste on my trading app, grab it from there, paste it on my trading app on my phone. Then the risk, I could get the invalidation level down there on the right-hand side, paste that number on that open field on my risk on my app, and then place a target on my risk. Then just by copying and pasting that, let it activate whenever it hit price started, then I would have my earnings, right? And if I lost a trade, it was protected by the amount of money that I wanted to risk. All right. When it comes to hit level and the invalidation level, that's going to allow me to understand that. And I want you guys to understand this. I'm only going to lose the money that I am willing to lose. And that's important when it comes to investing. You should never lose more than you're willing to lose. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? Like if I know my entry price and I know the risk that I'm assuming, as in, the space that is between the blue and the red, that's going to be my risk. If I know those two, I know I'm willing to risk, I don't know, $1, $10, $27, $100,000. I know that whatever amount of money I put into my own app, that's the money that I'm risking in order to make X amount of money. Does that make sense, guys? Please give me a little bit more feedback. I want to make sure in the chat, put a number one in the chat if it makes sense. If you guys have a question, also drop it in the chat because I want to make sure that you guys are following me, understanding, and we got to take this to another level. I have a couple more pretty cool thing in scanners that I want to show you, but I want to make sure that we're all on the same page before I move on. All right. I see a lot of ones in the chat. So to me, that sounds like it's making sense. It doesn't end here. If I shrink this over a little bit, I can see that the projection of this trade idea is that we have a couple goals over here. So check this out. All right. I see it makes sense in the chat. You guys can see also how there's, idea goal number one, idea goal number two, and idea goal number three. So I know that the projection is for this market to move and eventually get to that price level up here. Okay. This is a projection of gold. It makes total sense. Gold is an asset that people utilize when tough times, war, elections as well. The economy is going back. People buy gold and people move their money from USD dollars, right, to the currencies of gold, silver, and so on, or commodities, should I say, right? People do that. And that's what AI is assisting us with over here. So in the macro space, and I don't want to get too fancy with terminology, but what we're looking at here is let me see if I can clear all these drawings, right? And because I want to show you guys something pretty cool. It makes sense, I think, the idea number one, idea number two, and idea goal number three, right? We are risking the space between the blue and the red to get to capitalize more money in the predictive movement. Now, I want to show you guys something really, really nice, which is the following. And this is how we multiply money, okay? I'm going to open over here the idea activated on the blue line, okay? Now, when we go and we expand the target, I want you guys to see something really nice out here. So you guys can see this kind of, rectangle, vertical rectangle, right? That has a lower area that is red, and it's got a green area over here. Please let me know if you guys can see it clearly, because I just want to make sure that when it comes to Zoom, I want to make sure that I'm sharing the correct way. You guys are seeing it right. Yeah, please let me know in the chat if you guys can see what I have here on my screen. Please let me know. Yes, can you guys see this rectangle? I have my pointer on it. Okay, pretty cool. Nice. Now, what's happening here is the following. So I have this rectangle. What this is telling me is, based on the idea that the AI scanner is giving me, I am risking the red. Okay, you guys can see the red here in the bottom between the blue line and the red line. This is what I'm risking in order to make all of this green space, okay? All of this green space. This is a 1 to 10 risk and reward ratio idea. You guys see the red is very small, the green is larger. So if this idea plays out well, right? If it plays out correctly, I'm risking $1 to make $10. If you guys can see over here, risk to reward ratio is 10, meaning I'm risking 1 to make 10. I'm doing this. This is my risk. I'm gonna make it very, very graphical for you guys and very simple to see. This, what I'm drawing right now, this is gonna be my risk, okay? This right here is what I'm risking. And what I'm aiming for is this right here up top. All right, this. So I'm risking 1 in order to make 10. If I put $50 into this trade idea, if I decided to invest $50, now what I'm doing is if I lose 50. If I get to the idea goal number 3, I'm gonna make $500. All right, risking 1 to make 10. That's a projection. That's what is expected to happen in this market, and that's how we can take advantage of it by knowing literally nothing much more than how to copy 3 numbers and put it into my app. That's all we need. All right, copy and paste as we get educated. That's how we leverage AI. Okay, I just open the scanner and I just go and see what's going on, and I just grab 3 numbers: the blue number, the red number, and any of the green numbers on the right hand side next to idea goal number 3, number 2, or number 1. And all I do is I put that into my app, right? And I click place and I just wait for that to play out. Okay. AI is taking care and taking the tough task of analyzing the markets and give me a forecast so that I can know what's going to happen in the market and I can get a result. I can risk as much as I want to risk. I can risk $1 to make 10. I can risk 100 to make 1,000. All right. I hope that makes sense. Who likes this so far? Who likes the idea of having an AI tool that is gonna give you an accurate prediction, an accurate forecast in the market so that you can put as much money as you want and multiply it, right? When I say accurate, I'm talking about, to be realistic, between 75 to 85% of accuracy, all right? Meaning that if AI gives me 10 ideas, maybe I lose 2, but I'm gonna make and I'm gonna win 8 of them. All right. If I keep doing that for an extended period of time, I'm gonna receive a positive result. And this is what I've been doing for the past 4.5 years, leveraging platforms that teach me and show me how to make money, but also allows me to make money while I'm learning the skills of multiplying money, leveraging financial markets, and so on. Okay, I see people loving it in the chat. That's awesome. Let me show you guys a little bit more of different scanners, different strategies that we can utilize in order to make that happen. All right, I know some people can see different things more graphically and so on. So what I do, guys, honestly, is I just open my AI apps and I just come over here and check out what's going on right here. This might help you guys a little bit better. Here, if you guys can see, let me get my drawing part. Here on the right-hand side, we have hit level. So we're just waiting for the market to come down over here. And when it gets here, right, it's gonna activate itself. So right now, if any of you guys have any app to invest in the foreign exchange market, you guys can utilize this idea and put 195.485 as an entry price. Then your risk would be down here, red line, meaning that if the market decides to continue going down here, This is my stop loss, okay? I stop losing money in here, the red line. But the forecast is that when the market comes down here to the blue line, it's expected to start going up and to go to these targets, right? Number one, number two, and number three. So all I need to do is just grab those numbers, enter this number in my price, this number in my entry on my stop loss, and this number on my take profit. Meaning that I just copy those three numbers. I can do it right now on my phone. Copy, literally paste it on my phone, leave that, and tomorrow I'll wake up with the result. All right. It'll cash out and it'll open in the price that I put as the price that I want to buy the currency, right? Which is 195.485, the blue number. That's when it's gonna open. Whenever that currency decides to get to that price, my trade is gonna get activated. Okay. And it's gonna catch out whenever the price get to my target, right? Which is the one on top. And if it goes the opposite way, it's going to close me and it's going to protect me from losing more than I want to lose and I'm willing to lose at 194.771, which is the bottom number, right? Now, notice this is not, a lot of people think this is math, this is adding, this is subtracting, this is dividing. I haven't done any of that at all right? Right here, right now, we're talking about copying numbers and pasting those numbers into an app so that you can make money with it. I'm not adding, I'm not subtracting, I'm not doing anything. This can be numbers, this can be letters, this can be symbols, it can be Japanese, it can be whatever, it can be Spanish, it can be English. All I'm doing is grabbing that number, putting into the correct field in my app, and obtaining some result when I click on place trade, place investment. All right. Does that make sense, guys? In the chat, if you guys can put a number 5, I guess we haven't used it. If you guys can put a number 5, bye, Susan. I read you. Have a good night. If you guys can put a number 5, if I'm making sense so far, if this is simple as well, put a number 5 in the chat. If you have a question, you can put it in the chat as well. This is great stuff, guys. Not everybody has access to AI at this level. Not everybody has access to making money in a simple way. And I don't like the easy money terminology because not money is easy. But when it's simplified like this, and when you can follow things that scanners are doing for you, then at all times you can start making money. See, on the right hand side over here, you guys can see the first one that on the very right on the screen. It says this idea was sent 5 minutes ago, right? It was identified by AI 5 minutes ago. Now, if we go underneath, we have another idea that was identified 5 minutes ago, okay, which is AUDCAD 5 minutes ago, right? Now I can go to that idea. This is very interesting now. Why? Because one of the things that people don't know, a lot of times people think we only make money when the market goes up, when the economy is high, when the economy is going up. We can make money when the market drops as well. Right now, in this idea, and I'm glad I found this one, which was delivered 5 minutes ago, as you guys can see on the right-hand side. But over here, what we're expecting, if you guys see the hit level, it's right here in the blue area, okay? So what we're expecting, or what AI is identifying, is this market is going to go up. It's going to hit the blue line. And right here, it's going to activate for what? For the market to drop. Okay? The market drops. The more it goes down, the more money we are going to make. The more it drops, the more money we make. Now, I can make money with the market going up or an asset going up, or I can make money when an asset goes down. So what I do is I get into this scanner, for example, and I see, okay, there's this idea. What do? I copy the blue number as an entry price. I copy the red number you guys see up here as my risk. Okay, I put the amount of dollars that I want to risk, $5, $1, $10, $15, whatever you guys want to do that. And then I copy this number as my target. Okay, that's my take profit. This number, let's pretend that's an arrow. So all I do is that, okay, I can make money in the upside, I can make money to the downside. It doesn't matter what the economy is doing. And that's why I tell people, hey, I own my own economy. I control my own economy. I control my own money. Why? Because I have AI applications that allow me to make money like this just by adding information to my apps, adding information that has been proven, studied, and statistically successful to my investments. So all I need to do is just know how much I want to risk, do that repeatedly, and eventually with between 75 to 85% of accuracy, I'm gonna get results just by jumping into scanners. All right. Does that make sense, guys? Does that make sense? It's a simple, you guys see a simple way to make money over here. You can put a number, what number haven't we used? Put a number 6 in the chat if this makes sense. Number 6 in the chat if you guys can see how simple it is to jump in here and also make money with these scanners, this type of AI intelligence, and how to multiply and how to maximize. All right. Let me know if it makes sense, guys. If you have any questions, please drop it in the chat. We're about to finish right now, but I just want to make sure how you guys are feeling. I just want to make sure you guys are understanding what I'm saying. And I just want to make sure I'm not confusing you, okay? Because, for as confusing it might seem, the candlesticks and the price and everything, the idea of this is for you guys to understand what we can do with AI, right? How we can utilize AI in order to make money, how investing can be simplified into some tasks that we can just utilize in a very, very easy way to implement. Okay, so now we have Impulse, for example. I just got to log in. But if you guys were here in Kansas City and you guys saw Brandon Boyd, he built this scanner. Okay, he designed the scanner called Impulse, and it's one of the best because it tells you the trend of the market and it helps you to take gains and partials and to maximize your profit by just following certain directions. Okay, now it's loading and it's about to give me trade ideas as well that I can utilize. But the point is, whether I go over here and I go over here or I go over here, I'm going to have the opportunity to make money in different markets. Now, that's the idea, okay? That's the idea of us coming over here. So you guys can see if I go here and I open this menu, for those of you asking, I can invest money and make money in any financial market that I want to make, okay? I can see foreign exchange, okay? Forex right here. If you guys see, I'm talking about these upper left corner, okay? Upper left, I'm talking about these. Forex, commodities, digital currencies, indices, stocks, all right? Everything and anything that I want to analyze, I can make money in. All right. I can follow the trend. I can follow indications given by AI. So this is simple. All right. I can open this scanner at any time that I want during the day, nighttime, midnight, whenever I want to. And just, hey, let me see what the scanner is telling me. Okay. In this case, it's telling me, hey, gold is in a downtrend and it's got strength to the downside. So now I just follow the arrows that it gives over here. And with simple confirmations, I can just place a trade and make money in the market. All right. So that's a little bit about the AI and how we can apply it into different financial markets, how we can make money with it, because I think that's one of the things that we as people who are either new into investing, into trading, that's one of the major concerns. How can I make money? How can I not be taken advantage of? How can I maximize my earnings? And how can I go into this world of investing and see how people start making or keep making money in the internet, and how can I make it as well? How can I simplify it? How can I have full control of my money without anybody else touching my money, without anybody else taking advantage of me, anybody else scamming me? All right. And this is something that I've been using, like I said, for quite a few years already. And you guys know me, you guys have seen a change in my either finances, my personal growth. It's all thanks to having access to what Oscar was talking about at the beginning, to what I was opening the call with, and it's access to simple technology that we can utilize. As you guys know, technology keeps getting easier and easier to utilize, to the point that we ask ChatGPT, write me an essay, and then it would write down an essay to you. Internet and Google, they can do that. I mean, you can kind of have to go in there and find something, copy from somebody else, and then that's not legal and all of that. But now with ChatGPT and all of the apps, everything is simple, everything is easier. Okay, everything's just click, ask the questions that you want to ask, and then you get an answer. You don't know something about it, you ask ChatGPT, it's gonna give you as much information as you want. One phrase, one line, one paragraph, one whole essay for you to utilize and apply to whatever it is you want to apply. It gives you answers. Same thing, guys, happens with this. When I started 4.5 years ago into online entrepreneurship, investing, trading, financial markets, I did not have what I have right now. And what I do have right now is the opportunity to, just with a click on my computer, have access to AI trade ideas, which is golden. That's what we want. We want this simplified and what reliability on this. So this is something that is edge cutting, a cutting edge technology. You guys know my first language is Spanish, so however you say that, it's very powerful. Most of you cannot have access to this right now, but you will eventually. All right. For the people who are in this call, let me stop sharing right now. For the people who are in this call, I'll make sure that when we release, because we're gonna release, just like Brandon Boyd said last week, we're gonna release amazing AI stuff in Mexico 9 days from now. You guys are gonna be able to access and utilize this as well, for those of you obviously who want to take it. But right now this call was because I wanted to show you guys the power of this. Some of you were at the event, some of you were not at the event. I wanted to get more in depth about the opportunities that we have. The main intent is to raise awareness about this, so that we can, just like we're implementing it over the US and all over the world. Most people here in this call are in Kansas City, right? I'm in Kansas City as well. We want to build a community of people who are together building and growing money, okay? Literally, right? Multiplying and helping each other out, so that we can also spread the word about this and help other people do that. So now I want to know if you guys have any type of questions. I'm done by showing the tools. I think this was a really, really productive, a lot of value in this call. And I want to know if any of you have questions. If not, if you want to drop I don't know, a thank you or a number, whatever number you guys want in the chat. I like numbers because it's like clapping, or giving some feedback when I'm talking to myself over here. So if you guys have any questions, if you guys took some value out of this, please let me know in the chat. I'm gonna read you guys. Let me know if you guys received some value, if you learned something from myself, from Mr. Oscar Monge, who shared some valuable information, a lot of perspective. And if you guys see the opportunity that AI can be your ally to make money in the market. All right. So awesome. Awesome. I see you guys got a lot of value. Great. All right. Awesome. Awesome. I enjoyed it. Thank you. I have to run. I'll see you next week. Absolutely. The call is done, guys. The call is over. So I appreciate you guys for being here. It was a pleasure